hear anywhere, I feel free to say these things. What's that? What do they love?
They love you for it.
Oh, you love me for it? I thought you said you loved my forehead. That's really Dorn's territory. These cats, seriously, could not do anything they wrote. They called them professional cats. I don't know what was professional about it, except they got paid. But if I saw that the cats were written into the day, Spock was on the page, my heart sank, because I knew we were already working 16-hour days. This was going to be a 20, 25-hour day. And if you know what those 25-hour days are like. I'll tell you what. They would write these things like Spock does this and Spock does that. If you have cats, and cats are lovely, but you know, they don't take direction very well. And they only once in the entire series wrote something that the cat could do on the first take. And it said, Data feeds Spock tuna in a can. And he eats it. And he did. So enough about Spock. Don't ever want to see that guy again. Or Dorn either, for that matter. Yes, no. We're very good friends, actually. Sorry, yes, we are, seriously. Yeah.
Yes, hi, I'm Brandon, and...
What's your name?
Brandon.
Brandon.
Yes. I loved the show ever since I was a little kid, so I think you were great playing Dan for so many months, even for movies. And I was curious, like, I heard how you have to get your skin sanded down.
Yeah.
So you look, like a buffer or something like that, so you look really shiny on your shirt. What was that feeling like when you had to go through all that?
Who said that?
I know.
My skin was buffed? I mean, was it like with a cloth?
Yeah, like a cloth.
There was an electric sander that had No, that never happened.
Oh, okay.
And I'll be completely honest with you. I was just slathered in makeup, and it was a shiny. Well, what color did it look to you?
It was like a yellowish white cloth. That's all it looked like.
My face looked like a yellowish white cloth.
No,
that was my uniform, silly. My head was above that. Well, you know, it photographed either white or green. And it was neither of those things. It was actually gold. If you saw me in person on the set, it was gold. And it had gold flecks in it, so it kind of, you know, sparkled. Like I do.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other misinformation?
That's a good one, thank you.
Okay. Hey.
Also Brandon.
Brandon, two of you.
Two of us.
How many other Brandons in here? Just the two of you.
I'd like to say you do have a lovely forehead.
Well, thank you. Do you guys know each other, Brandons?
No.
Because you know when the two of you get together, you create a vacuum.
It's like the 2J thing.
Very much like that. Okay, go ahead, Brandon.
How did you feel about the death of Data?
Okay, you do know that Data was a fictional character.
No, he was not.
I mean, listen, here's my feeling about this, I'll be honest. It was, first of all, it's sci-fi, right?
Yeah.
So no one really dies in sci-fi. They come back when they need them, right? That's not just Data and Spock. That's like every sci-fi series. Someone has died and come back. But our feeling was this. It was going to be the last movie we made. We were pretty much certain of that. We thought, let's have a huge emotional moment at the end of the movie. It seemed to make sense to take Data on the full arc, you know, of the full journey of humanity, finally sacrificing himself, the most human act of all, for his friends. That seemed to us a really good idea. a lot of people didn't agree with us, having seen the movie. But I know I've said this before too, but when you left the theater that night and you walked out, the curtain came down on the screen, the ship blew up behind the screen, and everyone else was killed too.
It's only fair.
You know what, really, I've never really understood what the big deal is, because, you know, yes, we killed Data, but Paramount killed everybody else. And nobody seemed to have a problem with that, you know? And you didn't get to see it. Do you agree with me, Brandon?
Very much so, sir.
Are you just saying that?
Very much so, sir.
What about you, Brandon? Do you agree with me? Very much so. All right. Both of you, get out of here right now. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
My name's Celeste.
What is Celeste?
Celeste.
Celeste.
Yeah.
What a nice name.
Thank you.
Don't you think, Celeste?
Thank you.
Hi, Celeste.
I think I was born to be a Trek fan because it means heavenly.
Heavenly. What does? Oh, Celeste. I'm sorry. Because that it means heavenly. I didn't think it meant heavenly. I thought it meant it. But go ahead, Celeste. I'm sorry.
Well, many months ago, I had a very important date watching the very first premiere episodes of Next Generation.
Yes.
And by the time the credits rolled, and Patrick, I don't know if you remember, but he smiles at the end of the show. It's really creepy. And my heart was saying, oh my God.
And it's creepy. It's creepy whenever I smile.
It's also really emo, but
That's why I choose not to smile. Yes, go ahead.
well, that date was a little weird and uncomfortable and not so good. But we
I
kept
can see
dating.
you still haven't gotten over it.
I know.
Yeah.
We kept dating over the Star Trek Next Generation series, and by the end of the first year, our relationship had gotten better, but also your show had gotten remarkably better. And I'm now married to the man, so I partially owe it to your acting and the teamwork coming all together. I just want to say thank you.
Is your husband here today?
Yeah, he's upstairs getting
Is he?
signatures.
Will you give him a message for me?
Yeah.
Tell him, in seriousness, run. I'm kidding, Celeste. You are heavenly. Really.
And I was wondering if you felt like, I know Patrick Stewart felt like he wasn't unpacking his bags the first 6 weeks because he didn't feel that good about the series. Did you guys have a moment when you realized it was going to go, or it was getting better, or it was really congealing?
You mean like
By the end
cheap
of the
gelatin or
first
something?
like good gelatin.
You know what, Celeste? I actually didn't even have any bags at that point in my life, and the show was sold for 1 year, pre-sold for a year, so we knew we were going to be there for a year. I don't think any of us thought we would be there for 2 years when we took the jobs. I'm serious. We thought, Star Trek, you can't do another Star Trek. That's impossible. So we're on syndication, and we're in syndication. Nobody will even see us. We'll be able to pay our bills and get out of debt, do this job, and move on to the next thing. And it didn't work out.
Not at all. Thank you.
Thanks, Celeste. And tell your husband. No, don't tell him.